All right, I'm going to do a quiz along with you today and record it for you. You're not going to probably get the exact same questions, but you'll get very similar questions. So it's not the answers you're looking for by watching this video. It's the math thinking and strategies. So let's go. Okay, number 1 says, each large square is a whole. Divide. Hint, use the image to help you visualize 8 divided by 8/10. And so where do I see 8? Oh, 8 whole squares. That's the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whole squares. That was number 1. Gotcha. All right. And so where do I see 8/10? Well, let's see. I see that each square is divided into 10 columns. Oh, okay. So the 8/10 here are the purple is 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6, 7, 8/10. So it's 8/10 colored in purple, or now yellow. Gotcha. So that means the next set of tenths, I bet, is going to be these green ones. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, and it continues green on the second whole number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, there we go. I got it. Now there's going to be a pattern. So this is one group of 8/10. This is another group of 8/10. This will be another group of 8/10, and another one, and another one, and another one, another one. Look at this. So each alternating color is a group of 8/10. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 groups of 8/10. So the answer is going to be 10 groups of 8/10. 10. So I'm going to type 10 into this answer field here. 10. Let's see if we're right. Okay. Thought that one through. Let's do another one together. This one says divide 2 5/10 by 5. So if we go back to the strategy we've been practicing, let's just go ahead and think about, let's see, we get 2 5/10 into 5 equal groups. What if I just had 25? What if I just had tenths and divided those tenths into 5 equal groups? So 2 5/10. Well, let's see here. In one whole, there is 10/10. So that means in 2 wholes, there's 20/10. And that means in a half, or 0.5 of a whole, is 5 more tenths. So that's let's see, 1/2 is 5/10, right? 5 is half of 10, 1 is half of 2. So that's 10 plus 20 plus 5. That's 25/10, or 25/10. So if I just divide 25/10 by 5, I'm going to get 5 equal groups. That's a fact family. 5 times 5 is 25. 25. Subtract and get no remainder. So 5 is my answer. Is it though? 5 equal groups of 5/10. Well, how much is in each group though? That's the question. How much is in each group? I think there's 5/10. Here's another way to think of it. Check this out. All right. What if I had, let's see, 2.5 into 5. What if I had 1 whole, 2 wholes, and then a half a whole? 2.5. That's my 2.5 right here. And divide that into 5 equal groups. Well, let's see here. I could do halves. Maybe 1/2, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves, 5 halves. So this is 1/2. This is 1/2. That's 1/2. 1/2 and 1/2. Another way to write 1/2, of course, is 5/10, 5/10, 5/10, 5/10, 5/10. So if I take these 2.5 blue boxes and I divide them into 5 equal groups, I'm going to get a half in each group, 5/10. And that's what this was. This is 25/10 divided to 5 equal groups is 5/10. I said, so these are the same thing. Ah, 5/10. Okay. So let's try that. 5/10. Got it. Okay. Let's try another one. You may use the models. It says divide, and you may use the model to show how to help find the quotient. Well, we have 4/10. Oh, wow. How am I going to use 4/10 here and divide that into 5 equal groups? Interesting. Huh. I'm not sure. Well, what if I did this? What if I divided the whole square into 5 equal groups going the other way? So that'd be 1, 2, 3. Not very equal, but pretty close. 4, 5. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal rows. Pretend they're equal. So let's see here. Does that work? Well, I don't know. 4/10 into 5. So now I have, let's see, I have in one of these groups, I have 4 things. 1, 2, 3. I have 4 things. But 4 whats? What are those things? Oh, they are whatever size piece they are. This is one out of all these pieces. And all these pieces are, let's see, I got 5 by 10, right? There's 10 rows here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 50. There's 50 pieces in all. 5 by 10 is 50. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 pieces out of 50. 4/50ths. But how do I get that into tenths? How do I write that as a decimal? Well, let's see, I could divide both of these pieces by 2. If I did that, then I have 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 50 cut in half is 25, 2/25. If I had 2/25, oh, I could make a hundreds. Oh, I bet my answer's in the hundreds. What if I did this? What if I did 25 times 4 is 100? Oh, I know. 8/100ths. 800ths. Now I could write that as 800ths. Let's see if that's the correct answer. 0 and 800ths. It is. Nice. Okay, let's go to the next question. Divide 1/10 by 5. Okay, well, I'm going to divide a tenth into 5 equal parts. Let's see, what if I drew 5 divided by 1/10? 5 divided by 1/10. Well, let's see here. What if I consider 1 to be 10 tenths? How many tenths would there be in 5? Oh, that'd be 50 tenths. So 50 tenths divided by 1/10. So then I have 50 tenths divided by 1/10. Well, that's 50 of them. There's 50? Is that the answer? Does that make sense? Let's see. Well, there's 10 tenths in every one. So that's 20 tenths in 2 and 30 tenths in 3 and 40 tenths in 4 and 50 tenths in 5. So yeah, if I divide 5 into tenths, I'm going to get 50 of them. That should make sense. Let's find out. It does. Great. Let's do the last one. Here we go. All right. 65 divided by 13/100ths. Okay. Well, let's see here. That's a tough one, isn't it? Well, we're talking about hundreds. So how many hundredths would 65 be? So if 1 is 100 hundredths, that means that 65 is going to be 65 times 100, or 6,500 hundredths. So then I could divide, so I'm talking about hundredths, right? Everything's a hundredth, so I could divide 65 on 6,500 by 13 hundredths, right? They're all hundreds, 6,500 hundredths and 13 hundredths. So now let's go ahead and do this work here. Let's see, are there at least 1,000's too big. That's 13,000. So let's see, 100 13s would be 1,300. How about 200 13s? That's 2,600. How about 300 13s? That would be 3,000. Let's try. I'm not gonna go bigger than that. Let's try 300 13s. Let's see. 300 13s is 3,900, right? Because 3 13s is 39. So I'll subtract that away and get 0, 0, 6, 2006. Oh, perfect. And now do the next step, and there are at least 200 13s, and that's 2,600. And I subtract that, get no remainder. We'll add up our partial quotients. We'll get 500. So when I divide 6,500 hundredths by 13 hundredths, the answer is 500. There's 500 groups of 13 hundredths in 65. Let's see if we're correct. 500. Yep, there we go. We did it. So you're going to do the similar kinds of problems, though the numbers probably will be different. Let me know if you need help. Do your best, and let's see how you do.